did I go from having hair that was put together, okay, like so, to looking like a chicken that the feathers came off? Yes, I did. Back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Adele. Here on Tea and Locs, I share all about my microlocks journey. Okay, and right now I am close to 15 months locked, and I just want to share my experience and what I wish I knew prior to getting my microlocks done. And if you're not subscribed to my channel, make sure that you subscribe to my channel. Give today's video a thumbs up. Okay, like today's video, share with your family and friends as I share informative videos all about microlocks and my journey and things to look for, things to do, you know, what not to do, just similar to this today's video. So in my last video, I did share 10 common mistakes you know, that is associated with microlocks journey, and also kind of prompted me to share today's video, which is, you know, things that I didn't know prior to getting, you know, my microlocks done, and things I wish honestly that I knew, because honestly I did a ton of research before getting my microlocks done. But sometimes, even though you watch all these videos, if you're not in your own journey, or if you're not currently experiencing what that person is talking about, you might not really get it, you might not really understand it. So hence why, because I did start my journey, you know, from literally from the scratch. After doing my big chop, and then I installed my microlocks. And so again, I just wanted to share with you, you know, my journey so far with microlocks and things I didn't know. So the first thing I'm going to share with you, which is to be patient. Okay, I didn't know at the time that I was getting my locks done, or even doing my research before I got my locks done, that I needed to be patient. Now, naturally, quite patient. I'm a very laid back, you know, patient person, but because I'd been seeing a lot of people talking about their hair and how beautiful their hair was, I didn't put into consideration that my hair, you know, there's gonna be phases, like, you know, in their hair. And I just saw the hair, I loved it, I did my research, I found a loctician, and boom, I got my hair installed. And that was when reality hit me, and be like, okay, yeah, we're gonna have to be exercising some patience here. Okay, so one thing I will tell you for sure, especially if you're starting your microlocks like I did from scratch, I will highly recommend that you just be patient with your journey, because everybody's journey is, you know, kind of different. Everybody's journey is unique, and everybody's experiences, you know, with microlocks is going to be different. And so I would say just embrace whatever experience that you're going through and enjoy it, because the phase of your hair being short or being at a particular length, except you know, have it cut again, it's going to be different, right? So yeah, patience is one that I would highly recommend that you try to exercise. My second tip, which is, you are, especially if you're starting from scratch, you are going to experience slow growth. Okay, again, you know, tapping into the first tip, I thought that, you know, my hair was going to, you know, kind of blossom literally almost immediately, but the reality hit me when I had my hair, and a couple of months into it, I was like, you know, I was always literally kind of checking my hair every morning, like, is it grown? There's going to be slow growth with microlocks, honestly. And I feel like that is associated with the fact that now there's nothing coming out of your hair in terms of, you know, when you were loose natural, when you wash and you comb your hair, you are bound to kind of lose a little bit of hair, right? But with microlocks, you're not losing anything. Everything is in your hair, especially again, if you're like me, and I'm going to put some pictures here. When I first had my microlock installed, my hair didn't have volume that it had right now. It didn't have volume at all, like, you know, at all. And I purposely left my banner on YouTube. I purposely left that video there, just so, you know, everybody can see my growth opposed to, you know, the display picture. I did that on purpose just so you can see, like, you know, a transition. You can see, like, my hair was short at a point in time, and then it's on its way to having more length, right? So what I will highly recommend, just like my first tip, is for you to, you know, have patience. Okay, having patience is it also ties into the second tip, which is you're going to experience slow growth. Now, having said that, this might not be for everybody. If you're one that you're blessed to have very fast growing hair, you might not experience, you know what I'm talking about. You might not experience what a lot of us are experiencing, but I know that I've spoken and I've seen a lot of videos where I've spoken to people, and I've seen a lot of videos where people always kind of complain as well and say, oh my god, you know, when I was losing natural, I feel like my hair, you know, was growing faster than when I'm locked. So again, you know, slow growth in your hair, your hair growing, you know, faster, or you know, you have expectations for, you know, how fast you want your hair to grow, I highly recommend that you just kind of, you know, go with the flow and just kind of, again, enjoy the journey. Because what I find is the way my hair used to look definitely is not the way it's looking right now. Right now, as you can see, it has a little bit of more length to it, and you know, now I wasn't able to do any form of style to it at all. Right now, I'm still not able to do a ton, but I know that I can do, like, you know, few styles to it. The third thing that I didn't know at the time that I got my microlocks installed. Now, I'm not someone that speaks negatively into myself, my life, and anything that concerns me by the special grace of God. However, I've heard a lot of people using the term ugly phase for their hair. Now, again, I'm not going to use that, you know, term for myself. I've never used it for myself, and I will never use it for myself. And I don't encourage anybody to use that phase, you know, of their microlocks journey or anything in life really for themselves. What I will say is this. At the time that I started my hair, now going from someone that was permed to someone that became natural to someone that wore wigs and weaves, and I'll put pictures of, you know, what I used to look like before installing my microlocks journey, or you can tune in into my first channel, okay, Passion Heavenly, where I share style, beauty, faith, all of that. That channel, I'll leave it in the description bar below, okay, for you to also go and follow me and subscribe to that channel as well, okay. If you go through that channel of my first channel, you see how I love my hair being in place. I love my hair being slicked down. I love my hair, you know, being put together. Did I struggle from going from wigs to that looked literally perfect? There's nothing like perfect in our lives, but you know, looking put together. Did I go from having hair that was put together, okay, like so, to looking like a chicken that the feathers came off? Yes, I did. Listen, if we don't laugh at ourselves, who's gonna laugh at us? Who? I have to laugh at myself. It's a phase that, by God's grace, to God be the glory, has passed. Okay, that phase was not an encouraging phase. That phase was not a phase that I liked, because again, I wasn't used to my hair being like that, and I didn't really like the fact that my hair was short and it was always like poking. However, I did make it work. If you find that you are in that phase, what I'm just gonna say is time flies by so fast. Like, don't just be consumed about what you want to look like and how you want to look like, and if you're not where you want to be in terms of your hair growth. I'm grateful for where I'm at right now, but I'm also grateful for that phase, because it was that phase that brought me all the way here. It was that phase that made me love my hair so much that I realized I had hand in hair syndrome, which I've talked about many times here on my channel. I loved seeing how my hair, like I said earlier on, went from, you know, a chicken that was soaked in water to my hair blossoming the way it is right now. So it's a phase. There's going to be, just like our lives, there's going to be a phase in everything that you're doing. And at the time that I started my microlocks, you can see how short it was, right? It was really, really short. It wasn't even, there was no volume, nothing to it, right? But here I am, I have a bit of volume. I have, you know, I'm able to kind of style my hair a little bit, right? So that's why I'm saying that, you know, I honestly would never call that phase the ugly phase. It wasn't a phase I was intrigued by. It wasn't a phase that I loved, but I loved that journey, because that journey brought me right here to where I'm at right now, and I'm speaking to you through the camera. That journey is a big part of, you know, that phase is a big part of my microlocks journey, and I will not trade it for anything, because in that phase, I was able to fall in love with my hair the way it was. I was able to see my hair, you know, grow. I was able to see my hair, you know, as it was blossoming and it was growing, and the volume was there, you know. So that phase is one that I would, you know, recommend that you still, like I've been saying, and I'll continue to say, to embrace the journey, your microlocks journey, regardless of which phase you find yourself in. All right, ladies, so my number 3rd tip brings me to the number 4th thing, which is having thick hair. Okay, if you're starting your microlocks journey, you might think it's not achievable. Obviously it is achievable. It is hair. It's going to grow regardless of whatever you do to it, right? I remember, you know, when I used to be permed, this was like years ago, I didn't have as much thick hair as I have right now. My hair was very